Hi YouTube, it's me, Alicia. Sorry, I always tend to do videos from my car. It's just the best time for me. It's when I can get some, not alone time, but you know what I mean. Wyatt's strapped in his seat, so he can't sit there and bug me through the whole video. Just want to update you guys on how I'm doing. I'm doing better. It was really hard. I had a tough day Friday and Saturday, but I'm doing a lot better. I'm just ready to try again. If you guys don't know what's going on, I'll just update you on that. We have been trying to get pregnant. Last Sunday, the 16th, I took a pregnancy test. It was negative. And then Monday, the 17th, I took a pregnancy test in the morning and it came back positive, and throughout the day I took some tests and they came back positive. And I took a urine test at my hospital here and they confirmed my pregnancy. And then I took a blood test through them and I got a call the 19th saying that my blood test also came back positive. What, baby? That my blood test also came back positive, and we set up all of my appointments. Well, Friday, I woke up, and I felt different. All that night, actually, Thursday night, I woke up in the middle of the night with some cramping, and I just had a horrible, horrible feeling that something was going on, that something wasn't right. So I woke up Friday morning and went to the bathroom, and my underwear was covered in blood. Not covered, I don't want to be dramatic. It was, I mean, I didn't have a pad on or anything, but it would be enough to fill a pad. We were going to rush to urgent care, but I decided to call. I worked in urgent care before, so I kind of know protocol. So anyways, I ended up calling, and they had an appointment open for 1 o'clock, which was 3 hours waiting at home. So the bleeding, it was there every time I wiped. It wasn't like horrible. I mean, it was more like spotting at first. Well, after the big blood, there was just like spotting. So then I waited those 3 hours, went to the hospital, and it turns out right before we went to the hospital, I filled up a pad again. So, to say the least, I knew something was going on. I was pretty heartbroken at that point already. I just didn't have a good feeling. I just knew in my heart that something was wrong. So I went to the hospital. My husband was luckily home Friday. We went to the hospital, and the doctor was a complete idiot. And he had that arrogance about doctors that I hate. He acted like I was just some other patient. It wasn't a big deal. I was being dramatic, and he basically told me that I was too optimistic, that I probably wasn't even pregnant, and he wasn't like giving me answers or anything. And so he didn't, and I did more blood work before my appointment, and he didn't even look at my blood work from that day to see if my levels had even gone down. And he told me that my blood test, my first blood test that I got a call on Wednesday, was actually not even positive, that it was sort of positive. And I was like, what the hell does that mean? What does sort of pregnant mean? And he said, well, on our scale, 0 to 6 means not pregnant, and 7 plus and on means pregnant. He goes, so you were a 6. And I was like, okay, then why did that nurse call me and confirm my pregnancy? And he goes, well, she probably made a mistake I guess it just depends on who's reading the test and how you want to read it. And, like, he was not even apologetic. So, I don't know if he is an idiot. Well, I know he's an idiot, but I don't know if it's his fault. I don't know if it's the nurse's fault who called me with my blood test and said. All I know is what should have happened is Wednesday, when I got my blood work, when they called me and said I was pregnant, the nurse should have said, "You are pregnant, but your levels are low." They should have, I don't know, sorry. I'm really upset with my hospital, if you can't tell. So anyways, they should have told me that on Wednesday my levels were really low. And I would have known. I would have had a heads up. I don't know. And I wouldn't have been so confused on Friday when that doctor was saying that I wasn't even pregnant. So Friday, I thought I wasn't even pregnant. That the bleeding was my period. And all my tests were false positive. Well, Friday evening, I started doing research. And I'm sorry, there's no way in hell that I took 5 different pregnancy tests, all different brands. Even the hospital's tests all tell me I'm pregnant with a positive. And you can't tell me those are all false positives. So I ended up calling a labor and delivery nurse at the hospital and asked her if she could compare my blood work from Wednesday and that Friday, my new blood work, and see if my levels had gone down or not. So she did that, and she ended up calling me back, and my blood work had gone from a 6 on Wednesday to a 2 on Friday, and she told me that I did miscarry, that I had what they call a chemical pregnancy, which means I was pregnant, but the egg probably didn't stick. That basically it got fertilized, but that it just didn't stick, and that I did miscarry. So that I could try again. So yeah, I had an exam. Oh yeah, that's right. When I was there on Friday, I had an exam, and he told me, he did an ultrasound, a vaginal. Well, first he did a pap, and everything looked fine. And then he did a vaginal, and everything looked fine. He showed me that I most likely was on my period because of the lining on my uterus wall. And he also showed me that in my left ovary, I have a slight PCOS, and I'm not going to attempt to try to pronounce it. I'll put the information below. That I have that slightly in my left, and from the ultrasound I could see it does look different from my right ovary. It had like my right ovary was clear, and then in my left it had like circles in it, like spots in it. And so he said PCOS causes irregular periods and could make it harder to get pregnant. So that's what I found out. I also found out, which, to add to the good news, I found out that I will not be able to have a VBAC at my hospital because they don't allow it. That after having a cesarean from my previous hospital, any hospital, I guess, they just don't allow VBAC, a vaginal birth after cesarean. So that sucks, because that is something I wanted to do so bad. That's what makes me want to tear up right now. Not the fact that, well, I already shed my tears for this, but this news is really disappointing to me because I wanted to have a vaginal birth so bad. And we're on an island, and the nearest hospital that allows a VBAC is 2 hours away. It's not fair that they can take that from me. So, yeah. Anyways, sorry Sorry this is going to be such a negative video and such a downer. I am feeling better, I swear. Right now, I am heading off. I'm almost to the hospital now. I have to do more blood work. They want to make sure that my levels have gone down still. I bled a lot Friday, and then it started tapering off, so it was like hardly there at all, and it was hardly there yesterday either, but just before I left, I started bleeding again. So I don't know if this is my period. I'm going to set up an appointment soon with the OB clinic and make sure everything's okay. But anyways, I have to go because I'm about to go through security to get on base. So thanks for watching, you guys, and I will talk to you soon. And I want to thank you all for all the love and the concern. You guys made it so much easier to get through this. So bye, you guys.